Miami gets to host Atlanta for their play-in game after they finished with an 8-2 run at home after the All-Star break. And Jimmy Butler's a beast in the postseason, so if he can heat up on offense, Miami should have a significant edge with a better defense than what Atlanta's bringing in. I saw the line opened at -5.5 in Miami's favor, and now it's moved to -5, and that's at +100 exclusively on BroThrow. You can bet that in all 50 states. The money line sits at -190, and the total's at 226.5. So, Jake, is Atlanta ready for another big playoff run like we saw 2 years ago, or is the Miami D too tough for Murray and Young to go off on?
Well, similar to when they made the Eastern Conference Finals a couple years ago, they have an interim coach. Trae Young, a known coach killer, maybe, he just needs that interim coaching tag to really spark him to postseason glory.
Well, here's a stat I found that made me like the Hawks even more. The Heat are 10-23 against the spread as a home favorite, and Atlanta is 14-11 as a road underdog. So something's telling me I got to take the points.
Miami was 2-0 at home this season against Atlanta, 3-1 overall. And Miami's roster is constructed pretty well to match up against Atlanta. You got Hero and Young, Murray and Butler, even Adebayo and Capella. There's matchups across the board, and I think it's really going to come down to the coaching factor. And unfortunately for Atlanta, you're going against Eric Spoelstra, one of the best coaches in the entire NBA. And as you said before, Jimmy Butler, one of the ultimate winners in the NBA.
Well, you mentioned it. Miami's the series winner for the regular season. And if you look back to last year in the playoffs, Miami ended up winning that first round 4-1. So I don't think they had Murray at that point. Yeah, they did not.
They did not. Murray's new this. Yeah, Murray's new to the team this season. And arguably,
Murray's
he's been their best
20
player.
points a game.
Yeah, I think there's a real argument to be made that Murray had a better season than Trae Young this year.
Well, one of my biggest gambling wins ever was back in 2021. It was on the road for Atlanta. They were in Philadelphia, Game 7, 6.5-point dogs. I had them on the money line. I had faith then, and I think I've got faith again. So they've got a lot of weapons on the offense, and as long as they can wear down the D, I'm going to have to ride with the points and the Hawks.
What I would worry about in this game for the Hawks is that three-point differential. Miami shoots a ton of threes. They've got a lot of three-point specialists on the team. And if Trae Young's not hot, which he has not played that great this season, it's going to be tough for Atlanta to keep up with Miami, especially considering Miami's superior defense. I'm expecting another lower-scoring game this time. Again, once we hit the playoffs, the style of play becomes so much different in the NBA. It's almost like two different games that they're playing from regular season to playoffs. I think that Miami is a much stronger defensive team. Butler and Adebayo are really, really strong on defense. And I don't really see that a way that the Hawks are going to be able to win this game, in my opinion.
So you're giving the points here.
I'm going to lay the points here. I think that Miami is just too strong. They're too good of a team. And as long as they're hitting their threes, I see them easily taking care of business.
Fair enough. Well, if the Hawks do lose, they got one more chance because the second-place team in this first game ends up playing for the 8th seed. But thank you for the insight, and I'll see you in the next one.
That's right.